Game 3. They needed to win Game 4 for it to remain a real series.
To Cleveland for a critical Game 4. Pistons and the Cavaliers, LeBron James and company, getting to even this series at 2 wins apiece. Larry Hughes, despite that partial tear of his plantar fascia in his left foot, decided to give it a go. First quarter, LeBron. Look out below. 12 first-half points. That's a top play nominee. Chauncey Billups with issues in Game 3. 13 points on just 4-14 shooting. Game 4, a different scenario. Billups backing down Daniel Gibson, and then Billups is open for 3. He was just 2 for 9 from deep, but he had 18 first-half points on 5 of 9 shooting. In the second quarter, the Pistons are down 1. LeBron stripping Billups. Gibson pushing the alley. King James the oop. It's a top play nominee. Cavaliers up 3. 21-year-old Gibson off the screen for 2. Make it 3. LeBron fired up. Gibson a career playoff high 21 points. Cleveland up 50-43 at the break. In the third quarter, Antonio McDyess inside to Tayshaun Prince. The hoop and the harm. 15 for Prince. Pistons take the lead. Scoreless in the third quarter was King James. In the fourth quarter, here comes number 23. Three-point play made it a 1-point game. Cleveland hit 81% from the free throw line, and then Rasheed Wallace, upset with the officiating, fires his headband off his head and onto the floor and gets teed up for the 5th time in these playoffs. 2 more tees, he'll receive a 1-game suspension. Cleveland on a 9-0 run. LeBron fading away. 13 in the fourth quarter. $1:20 on the clock. Pistons down 4. Billups caught in the air, turns the ball over. 5 turnovers for Billups. That's 22 now in this series. Under a minute to go. Cleveland up 3. Drew Gooden blocked in the lane by Wallace. Pistons going the other way. Billups, the quick triple. No, LeBron comes up with one of his 7 rebounds. Now just 4 seconds to go. Cleveland up 2. LeBron heading to the free throw line. And Richard Hamilton tries to get in his grill and get in his head, and LeBron's having none of that. He hit both free throws, 8 of 9 from the stripes, on the way to 25 points and 11 assists. Wallace, after the game, throws his jersey in disgust as the series is now tied at 2. Cavaliers win 91-87. Game 5 back in Detroit Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. The Cavaliers, in just their 3rd ever trip to the Eastern Conference Finals, have made a statement as they hold serve at home against the Pistons for the 2nd straight postseason. Detroit comes up short despite out-rebounding Cleveland. Coach Mike Brown says the reason there will be a game Sunday back in the city that rocks is number 23.
We got to the fourth quarter, and then he did his thing. He took over. It's 2 games in a row where he's taken over that fourth quarter and put us on his big, broad shoulders and said, go come along for the ride. And again, you know, 2 games in a row, we went for the ride, and he carried us home.
We got to be better, you know, bottom line. I think, like I said, turnovers, you know, coming out the gates early, you know, trying to get a lead, and not just, you know, playing just to stay in the game. You know, we got to try to play a little bit harder to try to get a lead and keep a lead.
Last year was based on us making the playoffs, and everything this year is based on us getting to the championship. So it's going to be a big test for us, and we have to approach it like it's our last game of the season and come up with the same mentality that we had. I mean, honestly, for the first 4 games, we only have 2 games to show for it.
Just like last year in the conference semifinals, the Cavaliers bounced back to even this series after dropping the first 2 games in the Motor City. Last year, they also won Game 5 in Detroit to take a 3-2 lead, but couldn't complete the comeback, losing in 7. Our guys with the call on ESPN Radio, Mike Tirico and Hubie Brown, take you beyond the box score in Cleveland.
Well, Hubie, before the game, we talked about LeBron James, how he controlled the fourth quarter of Game 3. What would he do in Game 4? Very similar. No points this time in the third quarter, and again, dominant in the fourth quarter.
Well, you got to love how he attacked the zone. He took the pressure of the 3-2 zone. He had traps on him every single time that he handled a basketball. He not only split the trap, made something happen. If he didn't score, he gets to the foul line, makes the foul shots. But then he picked out people, and especially Gooden. Gooden had a great night for them, under pressure, down on the baseline, making difficult shots, 15 to 18 feet. And then we add Daniel Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
What a night, Mike. When you talk about 21 points, getting to the line, 12 for 12, and then his defense, whether it was on a guard, and then at the end of the game with LeBron James going on to Chauncey Billups under pressure, How about Gibson has to move up front and take on Tayshaun Prince down inside? Did a nice job.
All right, it's 2-2. Every game's been tight. Is Detroit on the ropes right now?
No, I don't think so. I think they're confident. It's 2-2. They're going home. They play extremely well in that building, and they're going to say, hey, our fans will be behind us. We'll execute, and then maybe they will get Rasheed Wallace and Weber back in the action. Tonight, only 11 points between two of their top scorers on that front line.
Well, after 4, it's smelling like this series could be a 7-gamer. Back to you in the studio.
Stay close. More from the Cavaliers' huge Game 4 victory is near. For the first time since '92, Cleveland has 2 conference finals wins. Hear from LeBron James later on SportsCenter.